Some 2 months after launch, Forza Motorsport 6 has unfortunately been visited by the visage of microtransactions, as Turn 10 have added a system called tokens, which can be brought from the game's marketplace and then exchanged for cards or for blind packs of mods, which are game altering cards that can be used in the single player modes. Now, it's the sneakiness of this that's kind of the problem. I'm going to detail things in quite a bit of information before I go on my opinions on this, which most of you guys are probably going to know what it is before I even open my mouth. But regardless, now, we all know that the microtransaction system in Forza Motorsport 5 attracted severe criticism from both fans and reviewers for the particular system. They were aggressively priced, the in-game economy wasn't properly insulated from them, the meager payouts from playing the game as normal seemed tuned to push you into playing extra, and all of this was happening in a full-price game supported with DLC and a season pass. Now, thankfully, at least, the token system now present in Forza Motorsport 6 and Horizon 2 is nothing so egregious. In fact, it's similar to the system which appeared in Motorsport 4 and the first Horizon back on Xbox 360. Now, the maximum amount you can spend is still way too much, but I'll get to that in a minute. Tokens are available in packs costing from 79p for 100 to 64.99 for 20,000. Now, in case you're wondering, well, what is a token equal? You know, what can I buy? Well, 100 tokens will buy you a superior mod pack or a couple of modest cars. For example, the Arbath 500 costs 45 tokens. However, if you want exotic race cars such as the Audi R18, it will set you back more like 3001 tokens, which, depending on the rate you buy tokens at, can be about 10 to 20 pounds. Now, what's also fairly important to keep in mind is that the credits and prize cars are fairly generously given out, so it is pretty possible to ignore the token system. Now, they're pretty easily ignored, the economy isn't tuned in any way to encourage using their boosts or debuffs, and you can even turn tokens off so you'll never see the option to buy them or spend them. However, them adding these in after reviews have already come out, 2 months after launch, definitely does seem sneaky. Now, this may be just due to the disastrous reception of them in Forza Motorsport 5, and I can certainly understand that level of caution, but just don't add them. Or if you're going to add them 2 months after, make it clear that they're going to have microtransactions, so that when someone is reading a review like 4 months later, they're not reading a review that makes no mention of microtransactions, because, well, some people might not want to support a game that has those. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a pretty damn well executed microtransaction system, and if you have to have microtransactions in your AAA game, which you don't, but let's pretend we're in fantasy la Candyland and say you do, this is how you would do it. But again, this is a full price release. I doubt Forza Motorsport 6 is going to be in the poorhouse. It's an Xbox One exclusive that has been hyped up to the rafters, and I had a personal friend of mine literally foaming in the mouth about how good it was. So I don't think they're hardly hurting for cash, and them adding this after reviews just adds more insult to injury. Yes, these are fairly inoffensive. Yes, they're well implemented. Yes, you can ignore them. But as I've said a billion times, I do not care how optional it is. Do not have microtransactions in a game I have paid full price for. Especially when it's going to have DLC and everything else up the wazoo. And as some people undoubtedly say, the fact that they've added them later on down the line, once reviews have obviously well and ceased, just no. Now, of course, this is not exactly a surprise. Anyone with knowledge of the Forza series would have expected microtransactions to come into it at some point, but it still is a little sneaky, and I still don't like it for the reasons I've already said. My opinions on microtransaction full price game are pretty much etched in the stone of, my street at this point, so everyone around me knows, but still. Important to moan and complain about such things when they happen, because, well, they will never stop annoying me. Never. Oh, anyway, still, at least it's well implemented, at least not in your face, and it's probably the most optional microtransaction system I've seen. So, Turn 10, good implementation, but perhaps keep it in a free-to-play game next time. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.